All right, all right, all right. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome in. You found us once again. Shoot the Gap, the fantasy football generational show spanning, the generation gaps between the 20s, 30s, and 40s. And I am your humble MC, Brian the Amigo Baldwin, and it's my pleasure to introduce the author, the Top Gun.
Staying on brand.
Connor, the Gut Marshall. If you're watching the YouTube, you'll know what I'm talking about.
So just like Tom Cruise does all his own stunts, I did all my own editing on my book, which not every author can say. So please, guys, if you like stories about football players who are also mentalists and card counters, please click the link in the below. It's called You Know Too Much, available exclusively on Amazon.
Who's it about?
A man named Alvin Jackson. Thank you for asking.
Known
as Coach or Coach Boom Boom.
Yeah, Coach Boom Boom. By the ones apparently close to him, which read the book to find out. Yeah, and this is our 48th show. This is our champ show. If you didn't see, champ show. Finally got my shirt in. Yeah, I'm still waiting on my ring. It's a custom design, so taking a little time. But this is our 48th show. January 23rd in this hopeful year of our Lord. And so, Connor, it worked out so well, dude. Talk about what are we going to be hitting on today?
Today, we're going to be wrapping up our rookie 2020 series. We did wide receivers last week. Week before that, we did running backs. And now we're going to do quarterbacks. And we're going to show you which guys we think had a good year, which ones had a bad year, promise, situations. These things change. They all play a factor. So someone could have had a kind of so-so year, but they still have a good shot at next year, or vice versa.
Yeah. And we'll also be doing Deja Vu or Deja Poo, which we did last show. Yeah. And we'll also be going over the games for tomorrow. Talking about the playoff games. We're down to 2.
Playoffs.
Yeah, but and just a reminder to everybody, this is a year-long show, so of course the fantasy season's already concluded, and everybody is keeping that still sharpened, by watching fantasy. So thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you. We love you. You're special, and this is your first time to watch us. Welcome in, and please, Connor, if they are entertained by 2 generational beefheads just bantering about, sir, what should they do?
They should like and subscribe. Remember, guys, it's free. You can always unsubscribe later, and if you don't like the video, dislike it twice. It really does help us out.
Yeah, and tell one person.
Tell the person who's the worst at fantasy football in your league about our show. Because if they're the worst, we'll get them up to 500. They'll be in the middle of the pack, right? And then you'll be in the championship because of us.
Well, this is why it's the champ show. Between Connor and I, with Connor carrying the bulk of the load, we've had a championship in the last 3 years between us. So Connor's got 2, and I just won my first this past year. So as you saw on the T-shirt. Yeah, but let me ask you a really important question, Connor, real quick. All right, man. Let's say that I am really into sports, brother. Really into sports, but I really don't like all the hate whenever I try to go onto different apps to try to talk about it, or if or they're only talking about basketball or baseball. And let's say I like disc golf, okay, and I want to talk about somebody with disc golf. What do I do, man? Where am I? Help me out, brother.
Well, that's a great question, brother, because just like you, I really like disc golf. Everyone on the show likes disc golf. And
we're doing a show. We're going to do a show.
We're going to do a disc golf show. You guys are going to see that. 2021, it is happening. It's in motion.
Fantasy football, but while we're playing disc golf.
While we're playing disc golf, because we're not good enough to play football. Yeah, that's why we play fantasy football. No, I'm diatribing. I digress. Sports Hosts is a great app, guys, because like Brian said, if you want to avoid the negativity, look, I'll give you great anecdotal evidence for what he's talking about. Facebook, one of the worst apps for avoiding negativity, and I'm a member to not 1, not 2, but several Houston sports groups on Facebook, and there is not one shred of positivity amongst them, Brian. It's just people, the Watson trade, all the Astros are leaving, the Rockets. And, Sports Hosts, there's none of that. It transcends the trolling.
Hey, listen to that, dude. That's a catchphrase right there, dude. Transcends the trolling. Write that down.
I just came up with sports host slogan.
Yeah, you sure did, man.
Guys.
Yeah. Trademark that. Patent pending. Holy mackerel. And so yeah, that's one of our supporters of the show. The other supporter, I'll talk to him about. It's the High Volume Music Radio. If you guys are watching us on YouTube, make sure to download the High Volume Music Radio app. If you're listening to us on the app, dude, you're awesome. And I know that you know about the funk because you have High Volume Music Radio, because you can see on that app you can get shows like Shoot the Gap, but also you get Andrea B's vocal sounds, the Business Knowledge Broker Show, the Soul Brothers Show, Blame It on the Boogie, and What's on Your Mind with Aunt Boogie. And so yeah, check it out, and you'll understand when you listen to it, man. You'll feel it. You'll feel it. You'll whenever you hear that if it ain't high enough. If it ain't high volume, it ain't loud enough. Look at that, dude. I messed that up.
It's okay. We got there.
If it ain't high volume, it ain't loud enough. So yeah, man, there's some pride of Sunnyside. So check it out. Make sure that that you're really, really happy about it, and don't tell Ant that I messed it up. Yeah.
Okay, Ant's a real cool guy. He's had us on the show. Brian always pays homage to High Volume Music Radio. That's his baby right there. Everyone knows But let's go ahead and keep this train rolling. So we thanked our sponsors. We told people. What to do. Now, we should tell them about the news for this week, don't you think? Because there's this... No, Gnews is good news. No, Gnews is good news. You ain't got any rules if you
ain't got any Gnews. Yeah, it's on to the Gnews. Yeah, so... All right, so
nice.
Basically what I'm going to do is just we're just going to hit on some few things that happened throughout the week. And there's quite a few, so we'll just kind of roll through them as fast as we possibly can. And see here. So the first one that I'm going to go ahead and talk about is I did it last week, so I'm going to do it this week again. Dude, let's talk about the Texans, man. What are they doing over there, dude? I mean, like they have the Deshaun Watson says, "Hey, I want Eric Bieniemy as my head coach." Okay, I know you can't interview him right now because of the fact of that they're still in the playoffs. But what? They're interviewing Josh McCown? Dude, come on, man. Talk to me. What's going on over there?
I think that this is a very nuanced issue because there's levels to this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I am personally, because I know how money and business works. Not every sports fan knows that. I'm not a fan of this whole player empowerment era where the owner and general manager don't decide what happens with your team. It's the players. So there's two sides of this issue. There's the people that think Watson should literally have the keys to our organization, and every cent of cement on the organization is built to his name. He controls the Texans, okay? I disagree with them. And there's also the people that are like, shut up and play, like, just do your job. Like, I don't agree with those people either. Watson's a generational talent. As the doc has said on our show many times, obviously we should keep him. But if he wants out, and he's not just out of college. He's been in the NFL for a little bit, and he's taken enough hits for someone who's played like twice as long as he's played. Okay, this is true when you think about it. There's a little wear and tear on that body.
It's really cold which way you're going, dude. I feel what
you know what I'm saying. The cold wind is blowing, but I've been saying this for months that the Texans should rebuild. Now, the way the Texans are rebuilding is completely wrong because they're pretty much being jerks and just getting people to leave by being jerks. And what that does is it makes no one wants to play for you because you're a jerk. Josh McCown, oh my gosh, what are you doing? I would have been like, if you brought him in as a backup QB, I would have been like, oh yeah, even a quarterback's coach. Mm-hmm. Even a quarterback's coach.
Yeah.
Even an assistant offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
You could have even offensive coordinator. Those all would have. I would not have given you shit for it.
Okay.
But to give him the amount of power that you give him when he's like, I mean, what this reminds me when Jason Kidd became a head coach like 3 years after he stopped playing. You remember that?
I remember the look on his face this first game. Just, oh, what the fuck am I doing? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Jason Kidd. I just have to be really stern and physical.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I don't like the moves, but I like the rebuilding. I don't think we're going to get as much as we're owed. So, honestly, my honest take, the Texans franchise is not going to improve until we get a new owner.
Okay. All right. It's I don't know what they're doing over there. So,
I see how you're handling it.
Dude, it's just the thing is that it's so sensitive right now and I'm with you, dude. I don't agree that the player empowerment. I don't agree to that. I don't like that. But just because I don't like that doesn't mean that's what the way it is right now. And there's nothing you can do about it.
That's very true. The players do have the empowerment.
That's right. And so my feeling is that if I was the owner, I would good chance that I would probably be just quiet on the head coach front, and then as soon as the Kansas City is out of the playoffs, then the first call you make is to the agent of Bieniemy. Man, I'd be calling the agent right now and tell him, you know what, dude, if you want us to change the name, the team from, to the Houston Texans featuring Eric Bieniemy, we're down. Whatever you want, you're going to be the head coach because I want to make our star guy happy. Yeah, and that's exactly
that.
But dude, that's what I would be doing, because it's just dumb to not do that. However, the coldness of business, what you pointed out, makes a lot of sense. But
also me personally, and this is something we didn't talk about, once the D-Hop trade was done, I felt like there was irreversible damage done to Watson's relationship with the Texans, period.
True. Okay. Yeah. Right? Well, they probably did this thing where, like, hey, trust us. We know what we're doing. You're going to really enjoy having David Johnson. He's really going to open stuff up for you. We're going to bring in Cobb. We're going to bring in Cooks. These are guys that, that have shown, that they can catch, and, and that you can take care of it, type of thing. Just trust us. Trust the process. And the process got the head coach fired halfway through the season. So yeah, man, it's just bad over there. So that's why I'm wearing my Denver stuff now. Because, dude, come on, I'm back to hope. I'm back to hoping for the Texans. That's where I'm back. Yeah, but I'm still a fan. I haven't covered up my logo on my driveway yet. It's still right next to my number on my house.
That's true.
So I haven't done that. No, I did that whenever D-Hop got traded, before Bob got cut. Yeah. But anyway, all right, moving on. The Lions, man, they found their new head coach, Dan Campbell. He was the assistant head coach and tight end coach for the Saints from 2016 to 2020. But the news, that's okay. If I asked you, let me ask you, dude. If I stopped right there and I asked you for an opinion, what would you say right now?
I don't know. Like, I didn't even know who he coached. But this is my gut take. The Lions have a taste for sloppy seconds. So until they go out and have a good season, I'm going to expect them to have a bad one.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I figured you were going to say Salah. But because this is the juicy part of the statement, is that he already said that he wants DeAndre Swift to line up more in the slot next year. So, DeAndre Swift, he broke out. And so now he's probably going to be a slot receiver too.
But he broke out as the running. This is really important for people listening to the show, because he broke out as the early down guy, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
He replaced Adrian Peterson. He didn't replace Kerryon Johnson. He replaced Adrian Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
And he split work with Kerryon Johnson, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But,
so the only person who this affects is Kerryon Johnson.
In a negative way.
In a positive way, it obviously affects DeAndre Swift. But what I'm saying is, like, this doesn't like, if I'm Adrian Peterson, I'm not worried about this. I'm only worried about this if I'm Kerryon Johnson or somehow TJ Yeldon gets signed to the team.
Yeah, if I'm a dynasty owner, I try to get Swift. If you're like us, we just play year to year, then I would definitely be targeting Swift in my draft. But I would be, but just like we talked about last time, just chill out, let everything else set the pace. No reason to be like all excited. Go, I gotta get DeAndre Swift in the third round. Just chill out whenever you're doing your mock drafts, because you do end up affecting things whenever you draft them too high. So yeah, come on, man. Be smart. All right, dude. I asked you this probably about a month ago. Whenever this dummy went dummy. But I asked you, and you told me that no. Yeah, the answer was no. The question was, did Dwayne Haskins take his last snap in the NFL? That was the question, right?
And I said no. It just depends if he's willing to take one, not as a starter.
That's correct. And he got signed by the Steelers as a backup. So he will now be backing up Big Ben next year. And you're gonna love this, dude. He chose to wear the number 3. And whenever they announced the signing, he tweeted, this is exactly in direct quotes, this is verbatim, 3 in the Bible stands for restoration and eternal life. Let's work. Thoughts, Connor?
Selah. See, Brian knew he got me because there's multiple angles I could go with this. I have this whole numerology angle in my brain that I'm like itching to talk about, but it'd be a whole 17-minute diatribe that would ruin the show. But he knows that I want to, but I can't. No, awesome. I don't believe that Dwayne Haskins knows what the Bible is about. I'm just gonna go on record saying that. If he did, he'd play quarterback a lot more righteously. And he'd treat his team like his neighbor. He wouldn't be turning the ball over all the time. But no, I think that the important thing...
it's better to give than to receive, according to the Bible.
And he who shall be first shall be last. So he always throws to his team last, and he throws to the defenders first.
So he's very biblical.
This is my problem with Dwayne Haskins. He was cocky, arrogant, and he has piss-poor form mechanics. Like all the fundamentals, all that stuff is bad. He was used to playing on a stacked team against cream puff college football teams.
Yeah.
He was the absolute worst situation for a quarterback. Now he can learn not only how to, sneak up on offenses in the 2-minute drill, how to sneak up on people in bathrooms. Man, he's got Big Ben Roethlisberger teaching him, man.
Wow.
And not only that, but we know where the line is now. Because instantly when I heard that Dwayne Haskins went to the Steelers, I was like, I'm not as worried anymore. Which means we finally know who Dwayne Haskins is better than. Mason Rudolph.
That's not saying much.
No, it's like saying that 3-year-old poop smells better than 5-year-old poop. It's still poop.
Agreed. The Eagles hired the Colts offensive coordinator Nick Sirianni as their next head coach. Man, does this mean that there's going to be more running?
I think it's a terrible move is what I think. I think the Eagles should have never let Doug Peterson go. They should have kept Doug Peterson. And it's stupid now because now the Eagles are going to do the whole bullshit we believe in Wentz thing. And, Wentz pace so much. Wentz numbers and stats and analytics so much. This is a reason why he's good. But the people who actually watch football and know about football know that Wentz is washed. And he's not the answer. You have Jalen Hurts, man. Use him.
Well, yeah, you can actually hear like them saying that, oh, well, look what he did for Phillip Rivers, so he knows how to work with older quarterbacks, so he can make, Wentz, awesome type of thing.
Yeah, we live in a day and age where people would rather be wrong about an argument than try to understand that just because you can say something that sounds smart and, people can't tell you just to shut up, that doesn't mean that you should say it. This guy made Phillip Rivers look better than he was on the Chargers because he looked at Phillip Rivers and he said, "Hey, dude, we're gonna hand the ball off." I don't think that's gonna work in Philadelphia because you guys don't have a line. They don't have a line. You don't have Quentin Nelson.
That's right.
You don't have Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, I could. Well, Sanders, but
no
whatever,
disrespect to Sanders, but I already think that Jonathan Taylor is a better athlete than Sanders.
He's scarier.
He's stronger. He's stronger. He's bigger. And he did what he did as a rookie, bro. What do you think he's going to do next year? If Mac's gone,
well, stay tuned, everybody, and you'll hear about what we think.
Yeah.
But speaking of P River, it dried up, man. Yeah, he is retiring, leaving tons of speculation on the Colts QB front. So let's speculate, Connor. Who do you think is going to be the next quarterback for or 2021 quarterback for the Colts?
I don't think this is gonna happen. But who I think that the Colts should go get? Who I think the Colts should go get is Cam Newton.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I figured Cam Newton is done as a starting quarterback. So that's that's hot take right there.
Yeah, but would you still start? Would you? Okay, I guess he and Jacoby Brissett are kind of about the same thing. But it's like, who else would you go get? They don't have the draft capital to really get someone. I mean,
yeah.
Honestly, I'm asking. I don't think there's. I mean, Derek Carr. Like, you really want to go out and get him.
Yeah, he can get. Yeah, he can make. Hey, maybe they can get Wentz or like. There was a lot of talk about them trying to go get Wentz. That was the talk, Maybe that's going to happen. Now there's a connection between the Colts and the Eagles. Maybe they'll be able to facilitate some sort of trade or something like that.
Maybe, and I actually would like to see that because Wentz wouldn't be so bad if he had a line. It's just he never has one. I also, maybe the Steelers let Big Ben go. Maybe Big Ben goes to the Steelers. I'm sorry, Big Ben goes to the Colts.
Yeah, Big Ben said he was coming back. So, but
that's very true. But Pittsburgh.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. But this is all speculation. So I'm thinking, if I had to put gun to balls, I'd say it's Carson Wentz. Yeah, that's what I would say.
I want to be cute and throw someone in that I don't think they're going to get, but who I think would work well with them. Gun to balls. Nick Foles. Because if
that guy's probably going to get cut. Yeah.
Yeah, right. But he's a game manager. He's exactly what they need.
Dude, no. I see the path. I see the path because they're probably gonna cut Foles. Yeah, I could see that happening. Or what about Minshew? About Gardner Minshew? Because he's probably gonna get cut.
The thing with Minshew is I love him, but look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've ever watched a Minshew game. But every report I've read on him says that like he can't throw the ball like far at all. Like that's his kryptonite. He's a pea shooter.
He's hot and cold, man. He's hot and cold. Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing is consistency. But and thinking of that, let's consistently move on. How about that? The Ravens. You and I talked a little bit about this. Released Mark Ingram to the second, saving the team something like $5 million next year. So, what's your thoughts, man? What's your thoughts, about that?
Well, I just want to go on the record to say that Mark Ingram is a bum. And I think he deserves this. He was a little shit when he played the Texans in 2020, and he kicked like our logo after he scored a touchdown or something. And he got COVID twice. The Ravens lost in the playoffs, and now he's cut. So think about what you've done, Mr. Heisman winner. Think about if you're going to be on a team next year.
Well, the Baltimore players they all gave him personalized jerseys with messages to him after his release. And to me, that almost sounds like a retirement gift, so maybe we'll see. The Jags, they promoted their director of player personnel, Trent Balk, as their new GM. Connor?
Say
go ahead. There you go. WTF named Martin Mayhew as their new GM. Which is real odd, bringing it up because two days before the hiring, they were supposedly finalizing the deal for former Panthers general manager Marty Herney to reunite him with Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera. Yeah. So, but so you're like, it looked like that's who the GM was.
You think Ron changed his mind or the organization?
Dude, I don't know because they said that they're still hiring Herney. But he's going to be a high-ranking role in the in the front office, whatever that means. So I don't know. Maybe that was because like they said, oh man, we screwed up, So how about we just put you in like this, So I don't know, dude. That was just really weird. Wanted to bring that up. Michael Thomas, dude.
Hey, let me get my bit in.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't know you had something to say. Oh. My legs, dude. Sorry about that, dude. Sorry about that. Do you feel better now? Feel better now?
Better?
Okay, good. Okay, all right. So, Michael Thomas. Turns out he played through an injury that is now requiring multiple surgeries on a torn deltoid.
I heard. Oh, deltoid? No, that's not the report I heard. I heard that his nose is so large, there's no helmet designed to fit an Easter Island head-sized nose in the helmet, so he was getting bruising. No, wow. yeah, delt injuries aren't easy to come back from. We've talked about this on the show. Dalvin Cook, that's one of his lagging body parts, and once you get a lagging shoulder, you have a lagging shoulder, so that's something to monitor when you draft him in the future.
And multiple injured ligaments. He said that he knew it was Brees's last year, and he wanted to help him get another ring, so that's why he played hurt. So my question to you, Connor, I think from his performance, okay, and I think did we do wide receivers? No, we did quarterbacks. So when we do wide receivers, deja vu, we'll do that next week. This week is running backs. Michael Thomas, we'll talk about it, but let me just mention a little bit that does this change things, dude? Like as far as what you think he's going to be next year? Because I don't think he's going to be a first-round draft pick next year. Because of his performance, he might slip down. Like if he slips down to do you think that he's going to have the same kind of year, or do you think it's going to be a better year?
I think it depends on who's quarterback.
Yeah, good point there. But we'll talk about that during the Deja Poo next week. A.J. Brown had surgery on both of his knees, and he could have realistically been ruled out for the season, dude, after week 2. Yeah, that's how bad it was. So with that information, does that mean that maybe the Corey Davis breakout was a fluke, and it's going to be the A.J. Brown next year? What do you think?
That's a good question, Brian. I think.
Thank you.
I think. How do I say this? The Titans are such a run-heavy organization that, I know that they have the ability to produce on offense, and they will have games that they produce on offense in the passing game because everyone will be scheming for the run. That's just going to happen, but you have to let those games be anomalies instead of the standard. And,
gotcha.
I was invested in Jonnu Smith. That really it was great, right, for the beginning of the season, about the first half of the season. But then his ass went and got injured, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
And what it looks like,
dude, that hurt because you look like you had a tight end, a sit and forget tight end that you picked up off the waiver wire.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gold. Oh my gosh! But you actually did. You ended up with Tonka, so you
and Tonka.
Yeah. So you actually did pretty well. But anyway, keep going. Sorry about that. Please continue.
It's all good. No, this is why we we have these discussions. I think that in Tennessee, you play hurt, okay? Because Derrick Henry's the king, and
yes,
the king's gonna crush whatever callous subjects dare disrespect him.
Oh, you can go with another C1. Oh, okay.
I did 3 C's and 2 D's.
I saw. Yeah. Oh my! I didn't catch the D's. Yeah.
Dare disrespect. Derrick Henry. No, AJ Brown played hurt. Corey Davis. He's injury prone, dude. He got lucky this year. He could get injured, and he tries to play hurt all year next year. I just feel like there's other things that you can be spending your time on that have more upside in fantasy football. Corey Davis, that's something you worry about on the waiver, the waiver.
Waiver.
Yeah, the waiver. The waiver.
Any doubt we're in Houston.
Any doubt we're in Houston, baby.
The waiver.
The waiver. You gotta get Corey off the waiver. You don't want to draft him.
Oh my gosh! Yikes! Watch it,
dude.
We
just lost subscribers.
Yeah. Dude, you're sounding a little too proud there, boy. So keep going, dude.
You proud there? No. It is really easy to do. I just have to imagine a cornfield. No, I'm.
Oh my gosh!
All you have to do,
cornfield
man.
in Texas? Okay, go ahead.
It's just there's something about the lack of education. It's just I'm really picking at straws here. The Tennessee Titans. Can we move on? I said I don't think we should
the last
invest in
one.
them.
The last one. Basically just and I think Corey Davis is actually a free agent. So let's just watch and see what happens there.
We did talk about that. We were talking about how he was balling out because it was last year.
Yeah, and I think AJ Brown is actually. Definitely. Dude, the guy's a stud.
He's their guy. Yeah,
he's a tank. And this is what he did. Dude, even though he was hurt. Technically, after week 2, he still made the Pro Bowl. So this guy actually might be a second-round draft pick talent. He might actually be that good. But we'll see. We'll see how it all works out, and also the size of your league. Now, last one, and this is actually kind of could tie into the Colts thing that we talked about. It's being reported that Sean McVay and Jared Goff are on different pages, man. The relationship is being described as not great and in need of marriage counseling. And when asked about the QB position, McVay said that everything is being evaluated right now. So could it be maybe Carson Wentz or...
That means Goff's ass is toast, bro.
Or Watson to the Rams. What do you think about that? Wentz or Watson to the Rams? Wentz or Watson to the Rams.
Watson to the Rams makes me wince. We've talked about how Sean McVay. Look, there's blowing smoke and mirrors, and then Sean McVay takes out the fucking incense and he puts all that in the mirror, man. I mean, like, you can't see anything because he's doing the there's so much incense in the room you can't see anything. That's what Sean McVay does. Whenever Todd Gurley was injured, he went out and said, yeah, Todd Gurley's perfectly healthy, and then played him in the Super Bowl. Even though he did bad, he would have been better off putting him on IR, saying he was injured, and just, So for him to say, yeah, there's some, that's him so frustrated with Goff that he has to give a kernel of truth, which means from this kernel of truth where things are being evaluated, they've been evaluated, and they're fucking moving on from him.
Yeah. He's you've been talking about Goff for a while now, and it's becoming more and like as the team is starting to upgrade, like with Cam Akers, the defense got better. As a team is getting better and getting more focused on trying to get to that Super Bowl run. Golf has kind of been going down and down, and so it actually would not be a bad idea for them to go in a different direction. I don't think they can get much. They can get much worse, or they can get worse, but not much worse. How about that?
You know what I'd actually like to see?
What's that?
Minshew on the Rams.
Oh my God, that sounds insane. Yeah, but
no, it's just great. Minshew's a good kid, and he tries. There's some guys like Dwayne Haskins. I think he legitimately has an attitude problem. Like, I don't like him because I think he's cocky. I think he had stuff handed to him, and I think that he just coasted, right? You can't say those things about Minshew. Minshew was an undrafted free agent, balled out. He's trying. So if you put him in a good situation, good defense, good coach, good offensive scheme, good wide receivers, good tight ends, they don't care if he throws to the tight ends. He throws little screens. He throws to Robert Woods. They don't care if he does that. They don't care if he throws to Akers.
Yeah. Here's the thing, dude. Okay, all that aside, all that makes sense. Think about it. Think about
Watson
Gardner Minshew in LA.
That would be so cool to see him like mustache, like Rams horns. That would be full Minshew. That's what I'm saying. Like, Minshew has that energy. It's like they love him in LA.
Dude, yeah, he would fit. He would fit perfectly there. How about, let's just say that, as far as the style and the thought of LA, yeah, I think he would do fine, man. So
yeah, he would not fit on the Colts.
No. I'm a dude. He already
that guy on the coast.
He called himself the Jaguar King, okay? And so just think what he's going to come up with if he goes to the Rams. Well, let's not think about it, but we'll see. All right, so that's that was the good news. So let's go ahead and let's move on to yours, the shoot or ceasefire for the rookies, for rookies of 2020, for 2021, and take it, Connor.
Well, okay, there's only 2 rookie guys that really stood out to me. And I think you know who they both are, Brian. Their names both start with a J.
Okay.
And you drafted one of them. Or not drafted, but you picked up one of them. So the Mr. Hair Bear himself, Mr. Justin Herbert, and Mr. Jalen Hurts from the Eagles are the two guys that like stood out to me that I was kind of like, oh wow, like these guys. Obviously Brian's like going whoa, because I kind of just snubbed a guy whose name also begins with a J, and that's Joe Burrow. No, Joe Burrow also had a pretty good year before he got injured. It's just that injury that's like that's kind of something really hard to come back from, and he was kind of a mobile guy, so you really don't know what you're gonna get with him. So that's why I put Justin Herbert and Jalen Hurts ahead of Joe Burrow, because
what about the other J? Oh, no, you said Jalen, right?
Yeah, not Mr. Mr. Jordan Love from the Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all the J's, the Breakfast Club, the Jackfist Club is complete. We got all the J's in there. I didn't put him on because I think Aaron Rodgers is still playing next year.
Yeah, you think it's going to be like a Rodgers Favre situation? A lot of a clipboard holding for Jordan Love.
Look, I could be completely wrong, but Matt LaFleur, Sean McVay, like Shanahan, they're all the same person. That's like one stock person that they like adjust the features of, and then they pump him out and they make him a coach. Okay, all right. So this is like a 3 million IQ point move where it's like, dude, I'm gonna trade up and draft a quarterback to piss off Aaron Rodgers to make him have like the best year he's ever had, and then we're gonna make it to the championship.
It worked.
That's what I'm saying, and maybe they did what you're talking about. They drafted him like, we're going to do a Favre thing. We're going to have Rodgers play another 2-3. I mean, that made Favre play. It kept Favre competitive.
Yeah, it sure did. It also made him go to their rival Minnesota. So
that's very true. But I don't think that you got to understand, Aaron Rodgers is the man of the people as far as the Packers are concerned. He is the one that packs the fudge. I don't think
you don't think that Favre was that dude. I mean, Favre was mythical, dude. I mean, remember the whole like him on a frozen tundra.
Favre fucked his whole thing up because he kept deciding he was going to retire and then not retiring.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers has never done that.
No, I think whenever he's ready to go, he's gonna just put on a cowboy hat and just ride on out.
But he shows I agree with you. He shows no signs. If I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm probably thinking to myself, this motherfucker Tom Brady is the only guy that has a claim to say he's better than me right now. And he's not showing a sign of stopping necessarily either. I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to try to go blow for blow.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Okay. Yeah, we're still talking about rookies, man. And that's the farthest thing away from a rookie.
That's why I didn't bring up Jordan Love. That, Brian, is why I didn't bring up Jordan Love, because I knew that he was a waste of time. But I humored you to show you
Thank you.
Why.
Thank you.
Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow. Those are the guys.
Yeah, and the thing is that they all kind of each have their own question marks now, don't they? I mean, like Herbert, he's got a new head coach. We don't know who it is, so that's a question mark. And then we have Burrow injury. Okay, we don't know what about that. And Jalen Hurts, new head coach. And Wentz is still hanging around like a stale fart. So I don't know. You ranked them Herbert, Hurts, and then Burrow. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I'm probably going to try to get Hurts.
So Hurts first.
I am assuming, this is my gut, I'm assuming that Herbert's going to go higher than Hurts. So Herbert's going to be something that you're going to have to pay up for, so it's not going to be as much as a value. But Hurts is more of a sneaky pick.
Herbert is probably going to be like probably a 5th round pick.
I'm thinking I can get Hurts in the 7th.
Yes, I think I'm agreeing with you there. Yes, I'm definitely agreeing with you there. Yeah. So I see what you're saying. The value of him lowers the higher he goes. How weird does that sound? But that's true. That's fantasy football. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, man. Okay. And so that So there's no really other rookie. Yeah, man. So okay,
There's one other guy that I'm going to include, and that's the rookie that balled out for a WTF.
Oh yeah. Talk about him, dude. You mentioned him last.
Well, we didn't get to see very much, so it's one of those things where it's like, no one had time to scheme for him. He's a little guy that likes to run with the football. There's probably ways to scheme that out. So it's probably a short-lived success story, but I hope he elevates his game and overcomes. I'd love to see WTF do good.
All right. Okay. All right. So that's what you got on your list, big time.
Yeah.
All right. Good. No. That was good. Yeah, good information. Yeah, and I like the fact that you weren't spending so much time on stuff that's going to be a waste. So let's move on to the Deja Vu
or Deja Poo.
Yeah. So this week we're gonna do running backs. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3. I think 4 or 5. I have 5. I have 5 for us to talk about. Okay?
Hit me with it.
Yeah. In no particular order. Okay, so just going to go and just go down the list of what I have here. So again, Deja Poo, what that is that we're going to talk about players that either did really well this year or did a little questionable, and we're going to talk about if next year, if they're going to do the same, like really well, or if they did really well, they're going to do bad. Basically, if they're going to do bad next year, we call it Deja Poo. If they're going to do great next year, we call it Deja Vu. You'll figure it out. Okay? It really is a lot easier than whenever I explained it. So, yeah, okay. So, start it off, man. Dalvin Cook. Let's talk about Dalvin Cook. Now, he was arguably the, probably the number one running back, of the year. Would you say that, Connor?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and now, of course, one of the things that made him so great was the fact that why you drafted him with confidence was because you knew the offensive scheme he was going to be under was very run focused, right?
And Coop's retired, so it could change.
He's being replaced by John DeFilippo, who was the QB coach for the Bears. Okay, that's who's replaced.
So you should be panicking if you're a Vikings fan.
That's what I'm here to ask you. Yeah, so now you got this talent, this guy, and remember, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Connor. It was kind of new in Cook's career, so it's a little weird. But I mean, he didn't really explode until Kubiak came with him, right? I mean, so didn't he do 1 year without Kubiak?
In 2018, when I got this ring, that was the year that I had Alvin Kamara. I traded Jordan Reed, who's still on the Washington football team. That wasn't their name back then. I traded that for Dalvin Cook, who had a hamstring injury, and he was out for like 8 weeks or something. And I traded him I got him right before he came back.
Who told you about that?
You.
Hey!
Yeah. Hey, don't give me that
Donkey.
Motherfucker. I gave you Aaron Rodgers.
Donkey. Yeah, donkey. Dude, I gave you information. You still had DJ Moore whenever DJ Moore looked like he was going to break out. So, it wasn't like that. I gave you information.
Say
that donkey. Go ahead.
Say
Go. So, yeah. So,
I got Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, you sure did.
And he was my RB1, but he was my RB2 because I had Alvin Kamara.
Yes.
So I had Dalvin Cook. I had Damian Williams, who had broken out on the Chiefs in the flex, and I had motherfucking Jalen Samuels as my tight end.
And
so I was
Spencer Ware.
And you celebrated it.
I was all crowing, and it turned out to be Williams. Yeah, you got that one right. Yeah, I'll give you props, man. Yeah, you got that one right. Absolutely.
That's why I got two.
And the Samuels thing. Yeah, absolutely. I remember. Do you remember when you picked up Samuels? I was like, who? Like you asked me, like, what'd you think of my tight end? Pickup. I'm like, who's that guy?
Like, he's a running back.
Yeah, I was like, who are you talking about? And then bam. Yeah, I mean, that helped you go straight to the championship. So
I didn't need it. A top 5 RB1 is my RB2 is the point I'm trying to build to. Dalvin Cook didn't become a top like a top 3 guy until 2019. He was still but I want to make this distinction because I don't want the listeners to hear what you're saying and be like, oh yeah, like Dalvin Cook is going to be that guy. He's still going to be a top 12 guy. But the problem is he probably isn't going to be top 3. I mean, you just have so many guys coming back. You have Saquon coming back. You have McCaff coming back. You have Alvin Kamara, which, like, what even the fuck is he? Right? You have Eclair, who is on the Chiefs, and so he needs to be in that conversation. You have Jonathan Taylor. You have Josh Jacobs. You have
dude. Okay, you know
Austin
what?
Eckler. You have a lot of guys.
You need to stop talking about my damn segment. You need to shut the hell up. That's what you need to do. Okay, because dude, you're just naming off all my guys, dude. I'm having to cross these people off as you're saying them, dude. I mean, you're totally just like.
Okay. I'm sorry. Please.
Yes.
Please do the rest of your segment.
Thank you. God bless America. Okay, no longer. Damn donkey's out of the bag now. Alvin Kamara, start by him. Okay. No more fun.
Well, I'm gonna make it fun, Brian. Voldemort.
Hey.
Okay.
I feel better.
I know.
Yeah. But Voldemort's gonna be might be his new QB next year. So
that's what I'm saying, man.
So what do you think, man? Well, I mean, he didn't do too well whenever he filled in for Breeze.
No.
Kamara did not do well at all. So was it injury? Was it Voldemort? What do you think, man?
I don't think it was injury. I think it was opportunity via Voldemort.
Yeah, Hill. Yeah, for new listeners of the show, that's Voldemort's Tyson Hill. Yeah, Taysom Hill. Yeah.
We don't ever call him by his name because we feel about him the way people in Harry Potter feel about Voldemort. We were calling him the person who should not be named. Because he's logical conclusion. He's now Voldemort.
Well, look what he did to Kamara. Whenever Breeze was in the game, Kamara broke a record for touchdowns in one game. Whenever
it was the Kamassacre.
Yes, it was a champion week. Perfect timing.
I'm pretty sure I said it wrong. The doc's the only one that can say it right because he's the only one that was there.
No, I think Kamassacre is right. Yeah. But the point is that whenever Hill started playing, he started running in the touchdowns or running in for short yardage situations.
And there wasn't Latavius Murray more.
Yeah, that's right. So you had two things that were fighting for you. So Kamara, so Deja Vu or Deja Poo?
Honestly, the big question is Latavius Murray a free agent next year? Because that would actually that would influence my decision.
Okay, everything stays the same with the exception that Breeze is retiring.
Oh, top 3, probably not.
Okay, so Deja Poo. And same thing with Cook. Did we say a Vu or a Poo on that one?
I'm going a conditional Vu.
Ooh,
if it's not a top 3 guy, I'm in.
Yeah.
If it's not a top 3 pick, I'm in.
He was drafted, let's say 5th pick, right? Between the 1 and 5, right? Do you think he's worth a top 5 pick next year? How about that? Calvin Cook. Both Cook and Kamara. Answer the question for each one of them.
In my gut, I feel that what they are is inverted. So now they're 5 to 12 in terms of the first round. That's what they're worth now.
Okay, so
I don't know if that's what they're going, but that's what I'm saying they're worth.
There we go. So based on the rules of the segment, that's a Deja Poo because okay, cool. All right, because they were definitely a top 5 talent this past year.
Both poos.
Yeah. Okay, and then we have Austin Eckler was gonna be my next one that you just kept everywhere. Yeah.
What's his nickname then?
What's his nickname then? Awesome Reckler. Yeah. That's courtesy of Brock. Yeah.
Brock.
Yeah. So. All right, so he will have a new head coach next year, Austin Eckler. And now, I don't know if this was so much the coach things or the organization, but, man, they love them some Kalen Ballage towards the end of the year. And Joshua Kelly is going to be healed, and he's going to have one more year under his belt, so he's no longer going to be a rookie. How are we looking at Austin Eckler? Okay, assuming that he didn't get hurt. Okay, let's say that just look at his production because whenever he was in the game, I think only 2 games whenever he played, he didn't produce RB1 numbers. Other times he really produced for you. So in your mind, is he an RB1 next year? Deja Vu or Deja Poo? Eckler.
Right now I'm on the fence because I feel like the organization is going to make so many moves by then that will make my decision for me.
Okay.
Because I really feel like things are up in the air. I don't think they're going to try to be this 3-headed monster. I mean, who knows? Maybe they could be. Just the Chargers historically haven't done that.
Yeah.
And the guy that did that is gone.
Yeah. I would lean again to what we always say about Herbert, man, and why I I didn't give my ranking on the quarterbacks, rookies, but number one would definitely be Herbert, hands down. The dude just did nothing but ball out. He had like one bad game towards the end.
He was a rookie on a bad franchise.
That's right. That that was missing its number one wide offensive threat. And so but the thing is,
Keenan and Mike Williams were hurt for portions of the season.
But that's
probably going to always happen.
That's what they do. Yeah. The thing is, though, is that he knew when everybody was healthy, he knew who to get. I mean, he always hit his guys. He knew exactly what was there. Hunter Henry, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, Mike Williams, all those people. He would whenever he looked for them, right? And so that definitely keeps the value of Eckler up. So I would say I went for him in the second round, but I would probably be happier in the third round for him. So I guess it would be a poo for next year, dude. Yeah. So David Montgomery, how about him, dude? He did really well. Finally broke out towards the end, but that's when Tariq Cohen was down, but he'll be healed and cutting into his time again. So. Where we had David Montgomery, not the first part of the year whenever he was cuttable, towards the end whenever he broke out. That's what we're going to look at towards the end, and you know exactly when it started because you had him, and you know exactly how he ended. So in your mind, is next year going to be as good as the ending of this year was? Vupu.
David Montgomery, who I was in on this year for the value. Look, I got him in like the 9th. I mean, he was fucking awesome, dude. I don't think he's going to be falling to the 9th. And like you said, Tariq Cohen is coming back. That why he was worth a 9th, because there was maybe he'll be something, right? And that hit. Okay, that's an example of believing in the upside of someone, and the best possible situation that could happen happened.
And patience. It's a great example of patience
and
on
patience,
your end too.
Yes, on patience on my end.
Yeah,
because I believed in it, and that's the nice thing about drafting guys in fantasy who you subjectively like. See, that's why I try to draft guys that I like. So even if it doesn't go well for me, if it the wellness of it going, I appreciate that. Like Jonathan Taylor didn't go good every game for me. I had bad moments. That's another guy I was patient with. And it felt good to keep them. I will draft him depending on the ADP. What would be the lowest I could draft him in it being a VU?
Dude, man, the thing is that, just like how we talked about, like like I was telling you about Saquon Barkley, is I think we were talking, like, you're hoping to get him in the third round, right? But I was telling you that, that as soon as the hype starts, that he's going to start rising up, and he'll probably be a first round, maybe mid to low first round pick. But the same thing I'm thinking in reverse to David Montgomery, because people are going to start talking about whenever Tariq Cohen was in, and that he's going to be healthy. And dude, I'm thinking there's a chance in a 10-man league you'd be able to get him in the 9th round again.
Well, I'm VUing. Sign me up for VU. And you know what? Yeah. I want to go on the record saying that I'm actually signing up for Austin Eckler as a VU too. I know that you poo-pooed him as well as AK.
Well, I'm not saying he's going to. I did not say he's going to do bad. I'm just saying that I got him. He was a second round value to me last year.
Right, you're right.
And I don't think he's going to be a second round value next year. And that's why it was a poo.
This is why I want to believe in him. This is why I want to believe in him. Because I had the opposite experience, because I drafted Josh Jacobs in the second round. But here's the difference between Josh Jacobs and Austin Eckler.
Well, that's my next my last one.
Give it to me. Give me Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs is the last one. Yeah, so let's just go and go there, and then you can start comparing them to
Austin
Austin Eckler.
This is what I didn't like about Josh Jacobs last year, from the Josh Jacobs experience, because this is my first year doing it. You did it in 2018. You liked it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He trolled all of his fantasy, like all the people that had him in fantasy. He trolled all of them. And then he said, like, I don't care about fantasy football. Like, screw you guys. And
didn't he said it was out or something like that whenever he was really in?
Yeah, he posted that he was out to get people to sit him, and then he started.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's players like Chris Carson who, like, a fantasy football guy. We talked about this on the show. He cursed at he like slid into Chris Carson's DMs and was like cursing him out because Chris Carson lost him a game, and Chris Carson was like, bro, like, screw your fantasy team. Here's my address. If you want to talk to me, come through. Like, I respect that. I actually want to draft Chris Carson because of that. But Josh Jacobs was just being an asshole. Like, no one provoked him. No one gave him, like, a reason to, troll everybody. He did that on his own volition, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way because I wasn't relying on him. I was benching him anyway, but it made me think, man, what if I was relying on Josh Jacobs?
Yeah. Yeah, and one thing to that point is that like if you're talking about like fantasy and all that stuff, my wife just came in here and knocked over Gene. She thought it was funny, so my wife has kind of made an appearance on the show, but to the expense of poor Gene here. But yeah, basically with Austin Eckler, whenever he was coming back, he kept posting. He let everybody know. He kept everybody in tune with what he was doing, and when he was ready to come back, he even told them, "Hey, fantasy managers, if you guys kept me, you'll be happy that you did. I'm coming back." And whenever he came back, boy, I was pretty happy that I did keep him. He did better for me more times than he did bad for me.
And that's what I'm trying to say is that's who I want to hitch my wagon to in 2021. That's the positive energy, the good vibes only that I want on my team.
And also, we've gone all this time about Josh Jacobs, and we didn't even mention that he has Devontae Booker behind him who was eating a lot of his carries. Plus, he got injured again like he was last year. Plus
the DUI. And the DUI, the suspension.
Yeah. So I think it's going to you can be able to get Josh Jacobs. Like, man, that might be a 9th round pick, Connor. He might fall really, really low because of the DUI.
Well, then I'm picking him with my 8th and David Montgomery with my 9th.
There we go. So now you already know the strategy there. So all right. So that ended the Deja Poo. We only have a few more minutes left in the show. So let's just go ahead and talk really quick about the games for next week or for tomorrow. Yeah, the Tampa Bay against Green Bay and Buffalo.
Hey, you're doing my job for me.
Yeah, again,
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing the Green Bay Fudge Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs battling against the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. Now, one thing I do want to make sure make a point, which is just so weird. All 4 teams, Tampa Bay played against Green Bay, and Buffalo played against Kansas City in Week 6 of this year. In this season, on Week 6, those 4 teams played against the same setup.
Green Bay got totally destroyed by Tampa Bay, and the Bills beat the Chiefs, right?
Let's see here. The Bills was Chiefs was 26-2017. They won. Okay. Tampa Bay beat the Packers 38-10, and that was the game that like any Aaron Rodgers manager was super worried about from that point on, because that showed whenever there was a strong team that was rushing in, that they would when they have a strong rush that it mutes Aaron Rodgers. Because think about this is what he did last time. Last time they played against each other, 16 for 35, 160 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So if that's what Rodgers did, I mean, I can go down the numbers of Devontae and Tanya and all, but if that's what Rodgers did, that was bad. Okay, so that they didn't do really, really well. Now they were in Tampa Bay. The only touchdown was from Aaron Jones. So what do you think, man? Is it going to be like that? Is this a different Green Bay team?
I hope so.
No, not I hope. I'm asking you, what do you think?
I have no idea. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I'm still mad at Tom Brady for that bet I made last week, because if the Bucs would have kicked a field goal, I would have won. was only 2 points off. So I want Brady to lose and get injured against the Packers.
Dude, Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown's out. And Chris Godwin and Mike Evans are also injured. So I want to see the
and go ahead.
I want to see Mahomes, Rodgers in the Super Bowl. That would be the most entertaining for me.
Yes, I do too. But Tampa Bay also. This is another. This is a warm weather team going up to Green Bay, and I believe there's a pretty good chance of snow. All right. So
yeah, but Tom Brady's played in New England, bro. He's played in Foxborough.
Sure, he sure has, but nobody else has. Okay. All right.
That's fair.
Other than Gronk, but Jones.
Yeah,
Ronald Jones hasn't. Leonard Fournette hasn't. Godwin hasn't. Evans hasn't. So that's my whole point. And also the defense. So and this is home turf for Green Bay. This is like where Rodgers lives. And so I'm thinking it's going to be a Green Bay game. I think Green Bay is going to pull it out. I don't think that it's going to be Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl, and that's going to keep that whole next year hype for Tom Brady is going to be through the roof in Tampa Bay because it's going to be the so close, but now we got to come back type thing. So I'm right there with you, dude. I think Green Bay is going to go in. However, I do disagree with you on the Kansas City and the Buffalo Bills.
I would win.
You want
them to win because they helped you win.
Well, I love Stephon Diggs. Yeah, that guy's always in my heart. Yeah. I was looking for a spot on the shirt to put Stephon Diggs somewhere because he was the one who got me the championship. But yeah, dude, I would really like to see Buffalo. I have the Chiefs. I mean, they got their ring. It would be a lot. I think that it would cut down on views, though. It would be a less viewed Super Bowl if it was Packers Bills, because that's then it would be the Chiefs and the Packers. So I think that the NFL wants the Chiefs to win, but I think I would like to see the Bills win. I think they can pull it out. Patrick Mahomes, I know that he had full practice and stuff like that. Still, it's really easy to get another concussion. So there's a chance that he might run, he might get hit, and he might get knocked out again, and then you have Chad Henne, as your running back or as your quarterback, and that could be a bad thing, So also Le'Veon Bell is banged up, and then also of course Eclair is a little hurt. So that leaves Darrell Williams as the running game, and that's exactly how you're supposed to attack the Bills is with the running game. So, so you can see what I'm talking about. You can kind of see a pathway there, But Patrick Mahomes did do awesome last year, last time though. 21 to 26, 225 yards.
Yeah,
2 touchdowns.
Just like you like to root for the Broncos because the Texans do bad. When the Texans are not involved, and when I'm in a situation like this and I have to find a team to root for, I root for Patrick Mahomes because he's a good kid. He's a good, solid dude. He's from Texas, and he's fun to watch.
All right,
it's good. It's the way he plays is good for the game. It's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you.
It's not like Tom Brady, just system QB.
Yeah, so you're hoping for the Chiefs. You're saying the Chiefs are going to win. I'm saying the Bills are going to win. So you're calling for Packers Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and I'm calling for Packers Bills. We'll see which one does it. Yeah.
So if the Bucs win, both of us are wrong about that one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So boo Tom Brady.
Boo Tom Brady.
Yeah, it's just for the show because that's all we care about. All right, so let's go ahead and land this plane, my brother. Okay, we just went ahead and went over that. So, thank you so much, everybody. That if you held in this long with us, thank you so much for watching the show. We really appreciate it. We do this for fun, for entertainment, for ourselves, and also hopefully for you guys. So we're hoping you really enjoy it. And if you did enjoy watching two generational beefheads bantering about Connor, what should they do?
Like and subscribe to the channel.
Nice. All right. And let's see here. And of course, we want to thank our sponsors, High Volume Music Radio. Make sure and check them out. The Pride of Sunnyside. If it isn't high volume, it ain't loud enough. And of course, Sports Host app. Connor, I want to use this time for you to talk about your book, sir. Talk about that.
There was a man named Alvin Jackson who used to play for the Penn State college football team, and he also was an Olympic athlete. And he lived a very interesting life, met a lot of famous people. He met Donald Trump, Jimi Hendrix, Michael Jackson, Billy Gibbons, just to name a few. And it's all in a book that I wrote called You Know Too Much. It's on Amazon. The link is below in the description. Please check it out. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, awesome. Perfect. Yep. Make sure and do that. You'll be happy that you did. Parting shot, Connor.
Be bamboo.
Be bamboo. Don't do that again. Come on, man.
It's a joke. That's why it's a bit, because I say it every time. So in a time where I have an opportunity to be flexible and say something different, I'm stiff and I always say the same thing, which is be flexible. That's why I said it's a paradigm.
Wit, everybody.
Wit. Something us writers use.
Yeah. Yeah, you are afforded that. You do have a published book, yes, which Amazon. It's on Amazon. Make sure and check it out. You know too much. Yeah, and of course, my parting shot is that, guys, enjoy. Right now we're talking to you about what's going on. So learn your lessons again. Make sure just go through your lessons of your fantasy football. Enjoy football right now. We just don't know how much more we have. We're shooting from Houston, and so there's not really much as far on the sports front to be excited about.
The Rockets.
Yeah, the Rockets, but they're rebuilding, and they just shipped out the main guy, so it's a little difficult time to be a Houston fan.
It's a very difficult time to be a Houston stripper.
Only he would know that. Check out his glasses on YouTube. Okay, yeah, you'll see why. But no. So I'm looking forward to enjoying the games tomorrow. So hope nobody gets injured. That it's just a fun game all around for everybody, and also snow. I love watching snow games. So hopefully we'll be able to watch that. So yeah, make sure to do that. So on behalf of Connor, they got Marshall, and me, your humble MC, Brian the Amigo Baldwin, we want to thank you for watching, and we hope that this year course is a damn sight better than the last. Help me out here, Connor. Remember, everyone, in fantasy football as in life,
don't dream it, be it.
Yeah! All right. Look at my shirt. Yeah.
Look at my ring, fool.
Yeah.